Hi there, my lovelies. Welcome back. My name is Boomy, and you're watching my channel, Boomy Reactions. Now, today, guys, another special video. We're going to be watching Remembering Mr. Rogers specifically from 1996 to 97. I'm not sure why that's in the title. So I've had to mentally prepare myself for watching this today. The last Mr. Rogers video that I watched, and that was for the first time. That was my first introduction to this wonderful human being that is Mr. Rogers. And I'm not gonna lie, I bored like a baby. There was certain points in that video where he said certain things. They're not triggering, but there were certain things that Mr. Rogers said that I had never heard before, and it's not even an exaggeration to say it feels like he reached into my inner child and gave them a massive hug. And that feeling of, I don't know, I can't explain it. I think I'm quite articulate when it comes to explaining feelings, but I can't explain this very well because it doesn't make you sad. It makes you overwhelmingly happy. I think it's the validity that Mr. Rogers offers you. I think that's what it is. And he just genuinely makes you feel good about who you are. And, you know, I think if Mr. Rogers ruled the world or had a platform in which just listening to his videos, he could speak to the planet, I think we'd all be much more functional human beings. we'd all have, we'd be better equipped to cope with our emotional scars, and we'd be nicer people. The sincerity that absolutely radiates from this man, from Mr. Rogers, is overwhelming. And these videos, oh gosh, I've got such a tickly throat today, sorry guys. These videos, watching Mr. Rogers interacting with people and the messages that he broadcasts to his audience. You're talking about videos from the 80s, 90s. And I listen to them and I think, what a grounded, sincere, forward-thinking man. Like, his attitudes towards things, there's even things like gender, sexes, and just wow. I can't explain it. I do. I kind of feel a bit like if there was ever an angel born reincarnated into human form, it was Mr. Rogers. It absolutely was, wasn't it? I'd pay an obscene amount of money to have had this man as my therapist. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say about him. Just what a lovely, lovely man. And I've seen a few little clips, and he doesn't get flustered or embarrassed. He doesn't seem, not squeamish, but he doesn't seem to kind of be very uncomfortable about being asked about certain things. It's like nothing is taboo, and he's just wonderful, isn't he? So I'm fully expecting at some point in this video to have an emotional outburst. So do excuse me, guys, if I cry. It's not from being sad. They are absolute tears of joy, and it's bizarre to explain, but he's just a wonderful, talented individual. I think he's amazing. So let's watch some Remembering Mr. Rogers. I still haven't got the tissues on hand. Guys, if you are enjoying these reactions as well, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe. Thank you, my lovelies. If you're interested, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account. That link is over here. And if you would like to help support this channel any further, I do have a Patreon account if you fancy checking that out. That link is in the description below.
Here, I just read something I think came from you. It's you I like, every part of you, your skin, your eyes, your feelings. Whether old or new, I hope you'll remember, even when you're feeling blue, that it's you I like. It's you yourself. It's you I like.
It helps to be loved in order to work in this life. In fact, I'm sad for those who don't feel that they are loved. And this book is a compilation of things that I've said in speeches and in other books and in newspaper columns and on the neighborhood for a long time. Somebody said, "How long did it take you to write this book?" And I said, 40 years.
Oh.
So this is something you've been, in a sense, as you have
Life's
grown and
work.
learned, this is a distillation of that.
Yes.
It's about what, in the end?
It's about being. It's about the things that matter to me.
Yeah.
It's about the white spaces between the paragraphs, which I think are more important than any of the text.
Oh. See, he just says, he comes out with one-liners, these little statements, and how thought-provoking it actually is just fantastic. If only this man could have been a world leader, you know. I think the world would be such a happier, more well-rounded, healed place.
Yeah.
Because it allows you to think about what's just been said. I had a professor one time, I think he's on page 20
All right.
or 22. His name was Dr. William Orr.
Right.
And he said, "You know, Fred, there's one thing that evil cannot stand, and that is forgiveness."
I thought he was going to say home.
And you notice the rest of the page is blank.
Yes.
It needs a
Ooh.
lot of time to think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Impact.
I can read this. Have you had people who have touched you, not moved you in order to manipulate you, but touched you inside to inside? Is that it?
That's the one.
Take a
before.
minute to think of at least one person who's helped you to become who you are inside today, someone who is interested in you for who you really are, someone you feel really accepted the essence of your being. Just 1 minute to think of those who have made a real difference in your life. Who's made a difference in your life?
Oh, a lot of people. But a lot of people who have allowed me to have some silence. And I don't think we give that gift very much anymore. I'm very concerned that our society is much more interested in information than wonder, in noise rather than silence. How do we do that? I mean, in our business, yours and mine, how do we encourage reflection? I trust that this book will do some of that, but oh my, this is a noisy world.
Why? A lot of this is about self-esteem, believing in yourself, knowing you're special.
And knowing that you're unique. You know that when you think about it, there has never been another Charlie Rose in all of the history of humankind. And
He's going to start. I can tell. I don't know what it is about this man. He's a genius. He's not just a genius. He understands the absolute essence of human soul. I don't know how to better describe it. He genuinely listens, and he's genuinely interested in talking to the people that he talks to. You can see it. There's nothing false, nothing pretentious about Mr. Rogers. I think I might be quickly becoming his biggest fan. I absolutely need this book. You can see the Charlie here. I don't know. Can you see it? He's being moved by the things that Mr. Rogers is saying. He's an angel. That's what it is. He's an angel.
there never will be. And that's the same with every person you meet.
We all have a certain uniqueness.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why is it then you think that so many people come up short on self-esteem and on believing in themselves and having confidence to go out and
so many reasons.
take on uncharted waters?
Probably because of very early on in our lives that we weren't valued. You know, the greatest gift we can give anybody, any little child, is to help that child know that, you know, you're a part of our family, and you're a welcome part, and there are things that you can do to enhance our family.
Yeah.
You want to see it?
I don't think I can watch these videos of Mr. Rogers without welling up, and that's not from feeling sad though. It's the most bizarre thing. I think it's just the words that he says and the ideas that he not preaches, but the ideas that, you know, he talks about. They're beautiful. They're just so beautiful. I think he puts so much value on children being valued for who they are and not who maybe people would like them to become or to be. It's just an acceptance of this is you and that's okay and you're amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's going to get worse, isn't it? I'm going to need a tissue.
A picture of two little grandchildren.
These are your grandchildren?
Oh.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. How many?
Alexander and Douglas.
How many children do you have?
We have 2 sons.
Right.
And the elder son has these 2 boys.
Mm. Why do you think Mr. Rogers'
Happiest
neighborhood?
children on the planet.
What does it achieve? What does it accomplish?
Oh, I hope that it's given a few more honest adults in the lives of the children who watch, because I do think that that's a great gift. That if adults can show what they love in front of kids, there'll be some child who'll say, I'd like to be like that, or I'd like to do that. I remember Yo-Yo Ma being on our program. He's come to visit several times.
Yeah.
And there have been families who have written to us to say that their kids want to learn the cello.
Right. Because they saw Yo-Yo Ma on the program?
Because they saw him love his work on the program. And there have been some basketball players and some sculptors. Oh, I remember in the nursery school where I worked as I was doing my master's work in child development.
Of course, that is his background. Of course it is. It's child development, isn't it? Is it child psychology, child behavior, child development? Of course it is.
There was a man who would come every week to sculpt in front of the kids. The director said, I don't want you to teach sculpting. I just want you to do what you do and love it in front of the children. During that year, clay was never used more imaginatively before or after than during that time that he came. So a great gift of any adult to a child, it seems to me, is to love what you do in front of the child. I mean, if you love to bicycle, if you love to repair things, do that in front of the children. Let them catch the attitude that that's fun. Because you know attitudes are caught, they're not taught.
30 years. For you, what does it mean to be on the air with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? What's the legacy for you?
Well, I've always hoped that we'd be able to say to children that they matter, that they count, and that there was something of value that resides within them. You know, I have a little plaque beside my chair upstairs in the office that says, what is essential is invisible to the eye. That may sound like something strange for somebody who
not at all.
works in television, but the older I get, the more important I know that is.
Why is it important?
Because what we see is rarely
What's going on inside?
what is essential. What's behind your face is what's essential.
How many kids do you think are out there who in 30 years you've influenced, who you've made a difference in and made them feel something special?
Millions.
I don't care how many, even if it's just one. We get so wrapped up in numbers in our society, and the most important thing is that we're able to be one-to-one, you and I, with each other at the moment. If we can be present to the moment with the person that we happen to be with at the moment, that's what's important.
I couldn't agree more. Let me go back to because all of us know of Fred Rogers at the Neighborhood. You talked about what's essential is what you can't see. What can't we see about you that's essential to you, to understanding you?
Well, you can't see my my spiritual life unless you ask me about it. You don't see my family life unless you ask me about it. I mean, it seems to me, Charlie, that the things that are center stage are rarely the things that are the most important. It's usually what happens over in the wings.
What have you learned from the kids?
Just quickly before we move on to Charlie's next question, I get the impression that Mr. Rogers puts so much emphasis in everyone else. I wonder how much time he, takes for himself and makes sure that he's okay and he's doing what he wants to do, and his mental health is okay. Just got a slight indication of discomfort, a little bit there, which is very unusual. I think this is someone who places so much importance on other people, particularly children, even just adults as well, actually. I wonder how much time he has to discuss things about himself, or so he mentioned his spiritual life there. Is he quite a spiritual person? Again, I don't know an awful lot about Mr. Rogers besides his wonderful teachings here. But yeah, that was an interesting moment there.
Practically everything.
Like what?
How to know that it's all right to say what comes to your mind right away. I mean,
before the protective mechanisms take hold of you.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus said to the people around him, please let the little children come up here. I want to learn from them. He might not have said those words, but I think that's what he meant. I want to be involved with these innocent people who make up the kingdom of heaven.
You seem to be the calmest person I know.
Yes.
Soft-spoken. You have a quality that is reassuring.
Pace.
I mean, is that
speech.
the way your entire being is? At the center of Fred, there is this stability, this sense of self, this sense of mission, the sense of calmness, because you know who you are, you're sure about the connection to your God.
I get up every morning at least by 5, have a couple hours of quiet time, reflect about what it is that is important.
Before you get on with the business of the day.
Before I go swimming.
Oh.
And then the business of the day. But what do you think we can do, those of us who are purveyors of this television medium. What can we do to encourage people to have more quiet in their lives?
There it is again. There is a deflection away from talking about himself. And I can't place whether is Mr. Rogers a little bit uncomfortable talking about himself. I think he's just so quicker to talk about other people and the good that he can do in service of other people. Again, I don't know an awful lot about Mr. Rogers, so is anyone else picking up on that, or is there a reason for it? I get the impression that Charlie Rose wants to, he's got questions that he wants to ask Mr. Rogers, trying to find out a little bit more about the man behind all these wonderful philosophies and these amazing teachings and his services and contributions to what I'd say would be like behavior and psychology for adults and children alike, but like societal as well. Anyway, yes, I'm getting the impression that he's wanting to specifically delve a little bit deeper into the psyche of Mr. Rogers. And I think Mr. Rogers keeps wanting to bring it back into other people. I think he's a very selfless person, very highly concerned with the well-being of other people before his own. Or maybe he's just a very private person. But I think I'm starting to detect there's a little, ever so slight discomfort there.
To more silence. Real revelation comes through silence.
I'm certainly not as centered as you are. And I can only look at you with a certain amount of envy and also admonishment too.
Wonder.
Because there is something to be admired about the kind of life that you have lived. Mine is more frenetic, and I'm much more about sort of gulping in as much of it as I can find. I want to see everything, do everything, feel everything. I mean, I'm a hopeless case.
No, you're an enthusiastic man. And that's why people like to be I mean, I talked with somebody the other day who said, I am addicted to Charlie Rose.
Well, bless him. What did you say? Did you say?
I said, I know him, and he's one of the easiest people to talk with.
Did you say that?
No, I did say that. But what's essential about you?
I sense, I think, see what he's doing to me? He's turning this around, isn't he? What is essential about me is some sense of making a difference and having a satisfying life.
This is the first time that I'm watching Charlie Rose, but I get the impression he's a very curious man. Obviously, that suits his line of work down to a T. Yes, very, very curious, very genuinely interested in the workings up here of other people. And yes, like he said, it's all about the experiences. He wants to live life to the full. He wants to experience everything in life. He doesn't want to miss out. Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
It is not only one that has some sense of value and integrity at its core, but also has some sense of connection to a larger world that makes a difference, so that you can, at the end of the day, hopefully have made the difference in your life and in somebody else's life, either because you touch them with a story, or you touch them because you recognize their sense of excellence and their sense of quality. So, if you can do that in a small way, and the wonderful thing about you and I, we have the opportunity, in a sense, a window, to talk and to recognize and to, in a sense, speak. We have a.
But have you ever known anybody who was really satisfied or happy who had never made a difference in somebody else's life?
No. But, and I tell you what, the other thing I do, I find that among the people I know lots of high-flying people, in a variety of worlds, and both who think about the country. And most people that I know want to do something that's larger than themselves. They want all kinds of achievements and acquisitions, and they want to be recognized and to take the benefit of their talent. But at the same time, they want to do something larger than their life. And they want frequently something that's larger than their life to affect, you know, their community, their neighborhood, their country.
They want to leave a
their world.
legacy.
Well, I know that when I walk out of the studio someday and there is a child who has Down syndrome,
Right.
for instance, and that child comes up and gives me a hug, I know that that's the field that I want to be growing in, because I see that people who are not the fancy people in this world are the ones who seem to nourish my soul. And I want to learn how to be the best receiver that I can ever be, because I think graceful receiving is one of the most wonderful gifts we can give anybody. If we receive what somebody gives us in a graceful way, we've given that person, I think, a wonderful gift.
He's just a wonderful human being, isn't he? Oh, I need that book. Do you know what? Obviously, like, this is very much looking back in hindsight. I would love to watch the conversations between these two very well grounded, very wise men, Charlie Rose and Mr. Rogers here. Can you imagine if they did a podcast all those years ago? If podcasts were a thing all those years ago, or recorded it, there would be such interesting conversations. I would hang on their every word. That would have been wonderful watching easily, wouldn't it, guys? Would you watch that too if that was a thing? I'm I'm never disappointed when I watch these interviews with Mr. Rogers. I just think he is just the embodiment of an angel, isn't he? Really, really is. But there's such a wonderful modesty from him as well. Like, I think it wouldn't matter how big Mr. Rogers got. It would never ever go to his head. He is so modest and humble. That's it as well. Very humble. I can't get over how much of a wonderful human being he is. But like I said, I do sense ever so slightly, maybe discomfort isn't the word, or not even reluctance, but I think he's just so quicker to think of other people that, I don't know, it's just not his first thing to really talk about himself. Maybe the mentality is, there's so much good I can do in discussing other people. I don't need to discuss myself, because he seems like a very rounded, very grounded, centered individual. You know, he probably feels like, well, I'm me. There's nothing particularly exciting. There's nothing I'm going to tell you. Let's talk about you instead. How are you? That's very much the impression that I'm getting from good old Fred Rogers. Oh my gosh, massive fan. I know I've arrived to this far too late, but huge fan. So did many of you grow up watching Mr. Rogers? How do you feel that impacted you as an adult or as a child? I would have loved to have watched this as a child, honestly. Really, really. So yes, let me know, guys. Oh, just lovely, lovely, wonderful, wonderful man. Guys, I hope you enjoyed watching that with me. I hope that took you down memory lane a little bit, or if you haven't seen it before, good viewing. Guys, take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.